everyone, my name is MJ Vilches and welcome to part 2 of the Labyrinth, our comic cinematic entry for hashtag TUC Art Challenge or the Underland Chronicles Art Challenge. So if you're new to the channel and you don't know what this challenge is, this is actually a challenge that I started this year for the Underland Chronicles and also for my project, the Underland Project, which is really directly connected to the Underland Chronicles, of course, because I am making some, some fan adaptations from the book. It's just some short ones. And to tell the followers of the project that I'm still working on it, I started the art challenge. As long as I'm participating in the challenge, I am working on the project. So, that's the indication. Also, the Underland Chronicles art challenge is also a challenge that I wanna I want to challenge the fans of the UC, of the Underland Chronicles, to make artworks each month. And unfortunately, no one else is doing it because the Underland Chronicles is so unrated, and not many fans they're busy, I guess. But yeah, the art challenge will just be there. All the stuff that you need to know about it is on the link in the description below. And yeah, just join the challenge if you can. You can do it each year. If you're a TUC fan, you can start anytime actually, and you don't even have to really follow the book, what's written in the book. You can pick a scene from the book and then do a different scene that is directly connected to the scene, to the chapter, but it's like an off-camera version, like what happens on the other side of the Underland, like when this is happening to Regalia in that chapter, what's happening in the Deadlands or the Labyrinth or any parts of the map or any parts of the Underland. You can make artworks like that. But anyways, yeah, that's all for the intro. In part 2, we're gonna be doing inking here. So I'm gonna go to the screen here, and right here, we have a sketch of our artwork, and we're just going to go add some line arts, inking and stuff. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna go Blender here. I'm going to start with the backgrounds. I'm selecting the detailed sketch here. I'm gonna make this sketch once unselectable. I'm gonna rename this grease pencil because this is where we're gonna be putting all the grease pencil objects. But I think for this artwork, for this comic cinematic, we're only gonna be using grease pencil object and there's not gonna be any 3D objects in this scene, I think. But we'll see how things go. So yeah, I'm gonna go create. I'm gonna make sure that the cursor is on the world origin here by pressing Shift S. And hopefully things are visible for you guys. I'm gonna have to set the background color to like grayish color so that the screencast is kind of clear there. And let's do this. So I'm gonna go Shift A. Yeah, but first I'm gonna go here to the viewport overlays and check 3D cursor, just so we see the 3D cursor right there. And I'm gonna go select the grease pencil object, grease pencil collection. Put the camera collection up, the grease pencil collection here, and then I'm gonna Shift A, add a grease pencil, and I'm gonna add a blank one. So now we have a new blank grease pencil object. I'm gonna name this Labyrinth. This is the labyrinth, the cave, the environment. It's going to be the subject, I think. I mean, it is. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and separate each of the elements of the cave here in different layers, just so we have like that parallax. We can take advantage of the parallax thing and have like different layers of the cave move in a parallaxed manner, or whatever is the right way of saying that. Because yeah, fair warning, I am not great with terms and stuff. It's one of my I'm a little bit of a struggle, like using the right terms, call it what the right jargons and stuff. It's just something that it's my weakness. But anyways, we're gonna go to the layers or the object data properties of the labyrinth object here. I'm gonna create a new layer. I'm gonna set this new. I'm gonna name this new layer. Maybe I'll. Will this be one? Labyrinth. Labyrinth is too long of a name. Typing that over and over again was annoying, but I guess we're gonna do this. Hey there, John Olander. Welcome to the stream. We are making a comic cinematic again for my. I make comic cinematics every month for TUCR Challenge. If you don't know that. And we're at August right now. By the way, all of the final version of the comic cinematics are uploaded on my main channel. There should be a link in the description below. So yeah, the final version of this will also be uploaded there. So I'm gonna name this layer Labyrinth 1, and then I'm just going to set. I'm gonna. I think I've decided that the first thing we're gonna like wall or like the foundation or pillar of the cave that we're gonna be doing is this one. So I guess we're gonna name it that way, Labyrinth Pillar 1. So let's see. Just gonna. This is our Labyrinth Pillar 1. I'm gonna go. I'm just deciding what it covers up, Okay, I think I know. I think I got it. I just need to go to object mode here, make the detailed sketch selectable. And I'm gonna reduce the opacity of the detailed sketch for now. And then go to Labyrinth again, Control Tab to draw mode. And then we're gonna start doing the lines for this. So for the lines, what we need is we need to go here to the what is this called? Brush. Okay, brushes basically. So we're gonna go there to the brushes and select pen. But I kind of don't want to use pen for this. I want to use ink pen so that there's tapering and stuff happening. And I gotta make sure that I have solid stroke selected, Labyrinth Pillar as the layer. And then I'm just gonna go and draw. And since this is a cave, it's fine to have these really rough lines to simulate that these are rocks and they're not smooth rocks. They're rough rocks. And we're gonna draw something like this for the first pillar here. And do like that. Add more creases on the cave pillar here. Something like this. And there we go. That looks nice. I'm also going to add something like this here. And like that. And do we add some rocks at the bottom here? It may not hurt to add some small rocks here, following our sketch. So I haven't exactly been to any cave in real life. So I'm really basing the whole thing on what I see in movies and other artworks, and what I and what I see in photos of caves, and also a bunch of other references that I have in my mind. I did not really have a real photo reference for this. That's something that I didn't do during the sketching stage on the previous part. So I'm just really going with imagination here. I don't know. These are some kind of rocks probably that are forming here. I could probably draw some stalactites and stalagmites, but then again, in what I've decided, this part of the cave doesn't have any water on them. So yeah, I'm not sure about those rocks though. They seem out of place. Let's get rid of them, yeah. Oh, wait. What's happening here? Object mode. Gonna go back to draw mode, tab to edit mode. And there we go. Yeah, they seem out of place, these rocks. I'm just gonna go say no to them. Then they need to go. Maybe I'm gonna go like do remnants. Okay, something's happening here. Guides is turned on. Maybe I'm gonna go like little stalagmites and stalactites happening at the bottom here. I mean, what's a stalactite? Stalactite is it that is it the one at the top, or like I said, terms and stuff. I often forget the right ones. So I'm just gonna go do something like that. Do different creases here and there. Just some remnants of like I gotta Google this because I don't want to keep on guessing what's the right one. So stalagmite. Stalagmite is an upward growing mound of mineral. Wait, upward? Type of rock formation rises from the floor. Okay, so we are doing the stalagmites. Stalactites are the one that's, you know, dripping from the top, because these are like, because this happens because of water. So when the water drips from the top of the cave, it forms the stalactites. I think that's the explanation. And then when it like drops to the ground, that's what forms the stalagmites. Like mud, water and mud. I think it's mud being dripped from the ceiling to the floor, and over time they harden and became this. That's what I can recall the explanation for stalactites and stalagmite. Correct me if I'm wrong. So there we go. There's our first pillar. So this is something that I'm going to be doing over and over again for the rest of the pillar. But, you know, just to show you guys what I'm really planning here to make it look less 2D. And you're going to see it soon enough. I'm going to do that. I'm going to add another labyrinth. I'm going to start with the pillars, because there's going to be different levels, different layers of the pillars here. Pillar 2. And for the pillar 2, let me just go back here. I'm gonna go front view. I'm gonna uncheck camera on the collections here so that we don't see it. We're just hiding it for now. And kind of make sure that, yeah, the front view is fine. Excuse me. So our Labyrinth 1, done. It's this one. Now we'll go to Labyrinth Pillar 2. And for the Labyrinth Pillar 2, I'm going to go to Object Mode here. And I'm going to go and... Actually, not Object Mode. I'm going to go to Draw Mode. I'm going to set the stroke placement to 3D cursor, so that every time we draw a new stroke, it will be aligned with the 3D cursor right here. I'm going to go back to Object Mode. And then I'm just going to set the 3D cursor like a few meters or whatever, a few centimeters at the back of the first pillar. And that's what we're going to do with this next pillar right here, which is going to be Labyrinth Pillar 2. Which is something I can probably... We'll see. No, it's fine. We're going to go... We draw the next pillar right here. It's going to be behind the sketch, because as you can see right here, it is behind this, the detailed sketch in the 3D viewport. But we don't want that. We want the labyrinth to always be in front of the sketch. So I guess I'm gonna have to go here, viewport display. I'm gonna check in front so that it's always in front of all the other elements in our 3D scene, which is also a 2D scene, which is what's great with Blender, because you can work on a 2D stuff in a 3D environment, which is something that I've been looking for in a program before. It's like a really nice workflow for it. So it's just really nice to like be able to do something like this for me. So our second pillar is just going to be like this. Nothing too fancy about it. Yeah, just like that. Also some remnants of stalagmites. which is probably inappropriate to put there, but for detail purposes, I didn't even put stalactites on the top. I need to go back to Labyrinth, I guess. Labyrinth 1 to put that, but for now, I guess that's it. So Labyrinth 2 done. Now let's go to Labyrinth 3. Labyrinth Pillar 3. That's supposed to be Pillar 3. And for the Pillar 3, it's going to be this guy right here. Which means we need to go back to object mode and move the 3D cursor even more to the back. So now I can start drawing Labyrinth Pillar 3. And do that. Just start doing the lines. So our sketch is just used as a guide for this. I'm not really following it. But here we have our pillar for the cave environment. And do something like this. So there's our Pillar 3. Don't have to do much for it. Just a few details at the bottom here, because we don't want it to draw attention that much. And that's the next pillar. I'm gonna lock that Labyrinth Pillar 4. Pillar 4. And that's gonna be in front of this one. So we're gonna go this view again, to the side view. I'm gonna go object mode. I'm just gonna click on this part just to make it in front of the Pillar 3, but behind Pillar 1. So I'm just gonna go something like this. Maybe go upwards like that. Just do like this. Make it kind of uneven. And then there we go, Pillar 4. And I don't want it to be drawn over the top of this one, because, you know, like in the tree, because this is supposed to be behind that one. So there we have it. Here's the line. And now we are going to add 2 more layers. This layer will be Labyrinth BG. Actually, going to have to go Labyrinth BG1 and put this in front. Actually, the background will need to have different layers as well. So our Pillar 1, this one, Pillar 2, this one, 3, 4. And we need the BG to be BG1 to be behind Pillar 1 here, right here. Or maybe just one BG. I'm gonna put it behind everyone else. I want to see what the effect of that is. So I'm just gonna go back to draw mode, make sure BG1 selected, and we're gonna draw the background walls here. So just do something like that. So I'm making the lines thinner and thinner as we go inside the cave here. And do something like this. And there's something that I want to do with the lines later. For that, I'm gonna do this one first. Do it like this. Wait. I'm gonna Control Z this because it's supposed to be a floor here. So like that. Color and the shading will be the one. They'll do that. And I think I'm gonna manipulate this after I fill it up. But we'll see. So this one next. So these are like inside the cave tunnels there. And there we go. So we go to camera mode, object mode, and move around the camera here. You can probably see the effect a bit. You see? Do you see that parallax motion there? That looks nice, doesn't it? I can probably, it would have a nice effect when I zoom out, zoom in. It's gonna have that little parallax motion there, so you can see here. That looks nice. That's what I really like about comic cinematics. We're making comic cinematics, especially in Blender, because you can achieve something like this. Like, I mean, when you're making a background and if you want to move it a little bit, you know, you can do it this way. So I'm just gonna Control Z that. And we are good to go here. So BG1, now the last layer for the Labyrinth that I wanna add is the Labyrinth FG. Just FG. Actually, I don't know, this one doesn't actually need one here on the BG. So just Labyrinth FG. And for that, we are going to need to put the layer, the FG, maybe somewhere right here. We need to turn on the viewport overlays again. So 3D cursor, I'm gonna put there. And that's where our FG is going to be. Our foreground pillar, our foreground labyrinth cave wall thingy. For the foreground, I'm gonna go really thick line because it's closer to us. So yeah, it looks like that. I probably need to make that even more. So really thick line. And then go down like that. And same goes for here. Let's start right there. I'm gonna go something like this. Like that, just to add a bit of a detail there. Do like that, like this. And then we're just gonna keep repeating that until we cover like the entrance of the cave here, or the exit of the tunnel that they're in. And they enter this like intersection of tunnels, cave tunnels, and twitch tip pointing which direction they need to go. So I'm just gonna go keep adding more here, just in case we need to zoom out even further. At least we have enough detail here. And there we go. We have our entrance. And one other thing that I can do for this, actually, is I can grab this outer lines right here. I'm gonna check proportional editing. I'm gonna uncheck connected only. And I'm gonna move it. Wait, what just happened? Did I just set it to hide? What did I do? Oh no. There we go. Control Z. What did I press there? Anyways, I've selected the outer layer here. I'm gonna press G, Y, so that it moves in the Y-axis, and it can do something like this. And this way, we have like, as you can see, this cave is turning into like a tunnel. So if we like zoom out, zoom in, you know, there's like some kind of parallax motion to them as well. That looks nice. I love that. But we're going to have to reduce the scale of this a lot. I'm going to turn off proportional editing now, so that we can fit it to our sketch here.
So we have our scene like this. And it seems like our lines are too thick, so I'm just gonna select that and all of that in edit mode. Alt S. I'm just gonna go drag the mouse here to adjust the thickness of the lines. And there we go. I probably need to add another layer, one last layer above the pillars and below the foreground. I'm gonna call this Labyrinth Floor. I'm gonna put this right here. It's going to be positioned right there. And then I'm just gonna draw that part. The Labyrinth Floor. And for the Labyrinth Floor, it's going to be some like this. Just, you know, the floor. Just add some details on the floor there, so it looks nice. And I can even do the same thing that I did for the cave there on the floor, but I'm not gonna do that yet. Because I might need to also include the fill to move it like this. For now, that's it. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to show to you. The characters, I already did that many times in the previous comic cinematic making of streams. So, you know, if you want to see that, you can just go back and watch those, because I already showed how to do the character, how to like do some inking for the characters. Anyway, so I'm not gonna show that in this stream. To make this stream not too long, especially if you're watching this, you know, after I streamed and you're just watching it as a video and you want to quickly like see how to do things. And that's how you do it. As you can see, we have our nice environment here with parallax motions in a, you know, it's like a 2D. You can it's not even just comic cinematic. You can use it for your 2D animations if you have. And we can just zoom in and there's parallax motion. This is just great for creating like your world if you're making 2D animations in Blender. I can set the passe part out to black here. Get rid of the sketches so we can see just the ink part. As you can see, our labyrinth is looking really nice. Now that looks good. So yeah, I think that's all for now. This is our progress for today. As I said, the character lines, I'm gonna do that off streaming, off recording, because I already showed how to do that on previous stream series. If you wanna watch it, just watch those. I do have artworks that is only is focused on the character, so watch that one if you want. But yeah, that's all for this stream. Hopefully, I shared enough to help you make your own stuff like this in Blender as well. Blender is free. You can download it for free, and this feature is free. I did not use any third-party plugins. All I used is something that's already in Blender. And yeah, if you want to be able to make something like this, I just showed you how. And I'm going to be showing you more, because in the next part, we are going to be working on some fills. We're going to add color to the labyrinth, just to show you how all of this, how it looks when everything's like coming together, So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching the stream. If you watch the stream, thank you to John Allender who stopped by, and also to you who watched this not on a stream, but you watched this and you reached this point. Thank you. Also, I want to say a huge thanks to the people who supported me through KoFi, to Handsomeness Jubin, to Elizabeth Munie, to Magnolia Weathershield, ZQ Star, Jane, Tristan Wintle, Mbuddy, and GulliermoGage. They supported me through ko-fi.com/studentloansproductions. So yeah, if you wanna have like if you also wanna have like a drawing of yourself like they did, and also a 3D model, just support me through KoFi. It's actually one of the perks that you can get. So yeah, I think that's all for now. Follow Student Loans Productions everywhere on the internet. Just search for it on Google. I think it will point you to all the Doodle Nose production stuff, or here on YouTube. And yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching. My name is MJ Vilches, and yeah, see you on the next part.